And Stephanie, my next question, who do you have involved with this film?
Okay, Alice, I have to tell you, we're just so blessed because we've had A-listers come to us and want to participate in this film because they believe in the cause. They're taking a fraction of a price as their payment of what they normally get paid, just so this film can make more money on the back end that we could donate, and also investors can then you know, have a return on their investment. You know, obviously we have amazing stunt teams. They've been in anything from Avatar, Pirates of the Caribbean, Fast and the Furious.
Wow, all the big names.
All the big names, all the big studios, all the big networks. They've worked for them. Most of Jackie Chan and Jet Li's movies that are made here in Hollywood, they've done. They're just part of their personal teams of stunt people that they use. Beyond that, we have an amazing, I mean, I think that people realize now that sound is very important,
of course,
in film to make it a blockbuster. So we have Kami Asghar and his team who, they're Academy Award nominees twice for Apocalypto and Passion of the Christ. They're Golden Reel winners, they're Emmy winners. They've done, you know, The Taking of Pelham.
That's awesome.
Yeah, all the big films. Every Mel Gibson film, every film that passes on the Sony Lot, they do.
That's awesome.
So, and then we have a top-notch cinematographer, Abe Martinez, who's done Spider-Man, Fast and Furious, Anger Management, Ali. And we have Miklos Wright as the editor, and he's on the personal editing team of Kevin Costner. He's worked with Robert Duvall, Demi Moore, Courtney Cox, Diane Lane, again, all the major movers and shakers.
And we are glad that we're going to be part of this. Beyond Beauty Parlor is going to do all the hair and makeup for this upcoming movie, Pure. Let's watch this DVD, and we're going to come back and continue our conversation.
Thank you.
Let's watch the DVD.
When I first heard about child trafficking, it was information that my mind could not even conceive of. It haunted me for weeks. Babies and 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds being raped. They're taken into a brothel, they're broken into submitting.
It's called seasoning, and everyone's locked back in the room, chained back in the room. They'll be forced to service anywhere from 10 to 20 men a day, like site for 2 years, and they basically try to get them to check out mentally and just to lose their will to fight.
I couldn't believe it. I was completely overwhelmed with sadness, and I couldn't live with the thought of not doing something about it, because these could be my kids.
There's just no disagreeing that child trafficking is wrong. No matter where you stand on anything, child trafficking is just horrible.
I come to Pure mainly as a father. It's hard for me as a parent to imagine my kids going through what a lot of these kids that are victims of human trafficking are going through these days.
I got involved in the Pure Film Project when I met Stephanie at Artist Palooza, and she told me about the statistics of what was going on with the human slave trade of children in Thailand, and I was appalled.
It makes you uncomfortable. Well, they're all our children, and we need to be doing whatever we can to stop this from happening.
I was also enrolled by her taking a stance of doing something about it.
Right now, we are heading to the Muslim slum, and this is a huge pool for traffickers. They start out selling flowers, rings of flowers, and then from there it's a small step to brothels. And So the ones that you see on Slumdog Millionaire, all the child beggars, all the child, it's all very real. And its majority are these children from these slums. They're the beggars, they're the workers, they're the trash diggers, and they'll be the child prostitutes.
And these are the mothers who are selling their kids.
And so it just shows you the desperation and why people are selling their children. They look at it as it's better to sacrifice one child so that the other 4 will live. You cannot fathom why a mother would sell her child, but then you see their conditions and you see what they live in, and then you start to see, okay, they can't even feed their children. You find children in vulnerable situations, at-risk children, and you can prevent it if you're at the right place at the right time. Our most desperate need right now is to build safe homes on the land that has been donated to us.
Like the UN can't come to stop what's happening? Like
yeah, they have a whole anti-trafficking unit, but there's so much red tape. They have a whole anti-trafficking unit, but they have no safe home to bring them to. So when we got our girl for $24, they said, we're so thankful you got her. We knew she was going to be sold. And I said, well, why didn't you bring her somewhere? And they said, there's nowhere to bring her. Everyone's scared. No one will have to start a safe home. They're scared of the police. They're scared of the government. They're scared of housing illegal children.
Favorite moment so far in Thailand is when we were leaving the slum. They didn't want us to go, of course, so they're running after us and waving goodbye. We waved goodbye back, and they would go around the bend, and they would be the kids again, the same kids. They're like running over like backyards and stuff to like keep on waving goodbye to us. It was sad that they lived in the dumps, but just seeing they're still full of life and just so beautiful and kind and generous. It's a beautiful thing to see. With the Pure Film Project, we believe we could raise millions of dollars that we will donate to charity that will directly help children of the human trafficking slave trade.
Child trafficking is a pretty heavy issue, so we want to have a good story, great entertainment value, action all mixed in there, and it's a sure seller. It's sure to entertain people while it makes it more palatable for them to swallow the rest of the information. And so we thought of an action film because we have access to one of the best stunt teams available.
This is a hook where we believe that people will watch it and want to learn more about it.
Hollywood has fallen in love with the idea of parkour and using that kind of action. There's no wires, people are jumping off buildings, 14 stories down. It's just nuts.
It's an action-packed story, and one of the things that's really important when you're trying to make an impact and make a difference and get people to listen is that you actually have to hold their attention, and the story right now really does hold your attention, and the action team that's involved is going to knock your socks off, blow your mind.
We want this to be a worldwide hit. We want everyone to see this, and once they see this, they'll understand the problem, and then they will be able to do something about it as well.
We specifically created an action movie in the low-budget industry because there is a shortage of action films, so we know that we can easily get distribution.
I already made an action film that Sony has picked up. We made it for $200,000. I'm very confident that I would be able to put my producing power within this film and make it even greater than my first one.
More about raising awareness across the globe about what a widespread problem this really is.
The main reason for the film is to raise as much funds as we can raise and donate all of it to fighting child trafficking and saving as many kids as we can and placing them in safe homes.
I'm really excited about all the people who have come together to help make this project possible. We have top-notch filmmakers, actors, special effects. Just everyone is coming together and they're taking a pay cut to reduce the cost of the film to make it the most effective for the lowest amount of money.
I think it's a compelling story because we can all relate to being disappointed with our actions or ourselves or our choices at a certain point. And it's funny how spiritual enlightenment can come through through bad times, and can actually, bad times could literally save our lives sometimes.
Essentially, it's a story of redemption. It's about a man who has lost his way in his life and who finds purpose in helping children. And in doing so, it exposes the entire world, the entire seedy underbelly of child trafficking. We think that the story is compelling because it draws you in with a relatable character who naturally sees all of the multifarious and horrible elements that make up human trafficking in Asia and across the globe.
What makes this project different than other projects is that every day a child is either being sold into slavery or killed, and so time is definitely of the essence. More children are being hurt. That just completely drives me to make this film, finish this film, get it out there, and hopefully that will inspire you to also act as soon as you can and help us get this film made as soon as possible.
Each one of us can make a huge difference. It's an overwhelming number when you think of all the kids who are being trafficked. 2 kids are being trafficked each minute, specifically for the sex trade. But, you know, there's a lot of us out there, and if we made a difference in the life of one child, then that child would have a life in the future and would be able then to, in turn, help many others. It's so horrific what is happening to these little kids that I think that we shouldn't be at peace with it.
I just imagine a child praying somewhere, praying to God to get him or her out of this situation. Sometimes I wonder, how could God allow these prayers to go unanswered? But maybe he's connecting the children with us right now. While the children praying, little does that kid know that he's praying, that there's people halfway around the world doing something to help. And hopefully that kid will soon know that he will be helped. Those prayers are being answered by all of us, by me, by you, and let's just do this, let's make this happen.
That was awesome. Stephanie, last question, because we have only 2 minutes left. And how our audience can get involved? Just like explain.
Sure, yes, we're looking for investors. There's product placement opportunities, advertisement opportunities. Just to give you a little bit of the stats, Taken, which was a film that was with child trafficking and action thriller, was made for $25 million, and it grossed in the US $226.8 million. And then Ong Bak, which is was just like a martial arts movie, was made for $900,000, and it grossed $6.8 million. So this is the kind of money that we're talking about here. And I want to just make it clear that we, as a part of the production team, are donating our profits, but we don't expect any of the investors to donate anything. They can just keep the money and do whatever they wish to do.
And they have the website, so they can go to
the website.
They can
thank
find
you very much. It's www.thepurefilm.com, and there's a contact us button there. They can press and we'll respond.
Definitely. Thank you very, very much. Do you have anything else to add it, or that's it?
I think that covers it.
Hopefully that this is going to be it's not going to be the first and last time that you're going to be guest in our Top Tack Show. Hopefully in the near future we're going to invite you again. Thank you very much that you came, and hopefully, like our audience, they definitely they're going to contact you. They want to be involved with this upcoming movie and be as an investor, or they can even donate it. Why not? And thank you very much watching Top Tack Show, Beyond Beauty Parlor and AML Academy. It's for you guys. If you have any question, we are there for you. 818-247-2944. Thank you, and see you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very